Yeah, give them a warm welcome, please, everyone. Gordon Darcy, John Hayes with us. John, hello. Hello, you're both very welcome. It was very nice watching you two hanging out backstage before we came on, because I presume you haven't seen each other in a while and you've spent all this time together as players, and you kind of pick up where you leave off, it seems, you guys, when you catch up.
A little bit. We were figuring out who. I was asking Johnny how many tries he'd scored for Ireland, and was it just the one? And
which is true.
Which is worrying though, because I only have 5 tries. So,
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reaction I had. I thought you should have had more than that.
How did you only have 5? Because you had 2 against Scotland in one game.
I know, yeah.
He won good season in 2004, I think that was it.
I'm told in breaking news, actually, it's just come up. We have your try.
All right.
Believe it or not.
Is it black and white? Or
there we go. Can have a look here. Talk us through this, John.
This is all the way.
You must have made 3 yards there.
It just looks short there, but that's actually the halfway first. I think you can tell by the reaction of the laughs of the other players that they were kind of amused by it.
You came very, very late to rugby, is the amazing thing. Like, you hadn't played rugby until you were 19 years of age. You had a GAA background. You only make your debut at Ireland at 26 years of age. So the odds on the 26-year-old who makes his debut becoming the first Irishman to get over 100 caps, he finished with 105, winning 2 Heineken Cups, going on 2 Lions tours and winning a Grand Slam, is basically a miracle. Like, that should not have happened for the 19-year-old lad who'd never even played rugby in his life.
Yeah, got lucky, I suppose, along the way with the way teams came together. Like, started off playing just with Bruff, then went to Shannon playing senior, then went to New Zealand for a couple of years, so kind of backed up one season with another, and then came back and rugby had gone professional, and a really good group of players came together in Munster and just got part of that, and it really worked from there.
You must have taken to it instantly. Did you realise very quickly you were very good at Bruff? Did you think, God, I
wouldn't say I realised I was very good, but I realised that I liked it a lot. Had played Gaelic football and hurling all my life up until then, but really knew that I think I'd found a game that I was going to like even more.
What was it that you liked?
I suppose sometimes it was the physical contact. I just like getting stuck in, whereas sometimes in Gaelic football, the big fella nearly gets penalised if a fella falls off him, so it looks like you're doing something, or you never get a free even if fellas are hanging off you. So it just from that point of view, I think, was better.
Great to have you on the show, because I know, Gordon, you've kept the media through your career maybe at a polite distance, but done little bits, whereas you seem to have no interest in this kind of nonsense.
This show isn't nonsense. No, I didn't. Just on weekdays of matches and stuff, I would never have been. Just like to stick to myself, basically, in preparation for the games. So there was plenty of other fellas there queuing up to do it, so I was just more than happy to let them at it.
And speaking of trying to be as comfortable as you can pre-match, like Brian O'Driscoll was speaking recently on radio, and he made the point that before the England game at Croke Park, the sound from the dressing room was Hayes getting sick, and that this was a fairly regular occurrence in your life.
Well, for match days it would have been, yeah. All the hydration protocol that I'd gone through beforehand was all gone. Like, I was just trying to start again and try and rehydrate again before the game.
And how close to kick-off did it tend to be?
Just minutes. Like, it was usually just sometimes even getting just onto the pitch and close. It could go as close as that. Like,
sometimes you'd be going into the toilet yourself. You just see the 2 feet sticking out. You just see the boots, you know, because he's on the knees. So in the Croke Park game, between that, crying, and then beating England, there's a lot of emotions going through in one day.
Complete embarrassment.
I mean, you're so synonymous with that crying in the anthem for that game. It's one of the first things people mention whenever your name comes up. It touched a chord with a lot of people. Are you a crier? Are you emotional? Was that the norm for you?
No.
Right.
My wife definitely doesn't think I'm emotional anyway. Just show some emotion, I guess, usually. No, it was just a game. It was to be in Croke Park. Like, we lost the week before, or 2 weeks before, against France, and it was a huge game. It had been a huge talking point for the week leading up to it, you know, and you realised where you were, and it was just the occasion that it was going to be, and just the national anthem, it really was a special place to be.
Just hit you.
Yeah. I wasn't the only one either. I got picked on. There was a lot of other fellas as well, but they seemed to keep showing that one.
How was the Leinster-Munster divide within Irish camp across those years? Is that overstated?
Well, like, I just remember Anthony Foley absolutely loving when Leinster either lost or didn't get out of their group.
Right.
And you just stare like in Anthony's nose, he'd be like, no, it didn't get out of your group again. And you could see him just loving every second of it. And that was a big challenge for the Irish team at that stage, was trying to get, guys who were literally no love lost on a pitch to play together, and largely underperformed for a large period, and then a couple of hard truths in a get together, and suddenly go on and win a Grand Slam.
That's the get together in '09 in Enfield, where seemingly Rob Kearney stood up and questioned maybe, do the Munster lads love playing for Ireland as much as they do for Munster? Has that meeting been overstated, John, or do you feel that was a very important thing in both you guys winning a Grand Slam?
Well, it obviously was, because if someone felt it needed to ask that question, it obviously was something that Cairns obviously felt. But I definitely can only speak for myself. I didn't ever have more pride playing for Munster than I did for Ireland. I loved playing for Ireland. So, but obviously, if they needed to ask it, then it was cleared up. Like Munster fellas were really kind of, no, it's not that way. Like, and then I think it definitely helped.
Just maybe it needed to be an air clearing exercise, and maybe some guys felt that, but it necessarily wasn't how the Munster guys felt. And when teams do well, everybody's perspective and everybody's objectives are aligned, and clearly everybody was not aligned in that team at that time.
Yeah.
So whatever happened, that and a few other different bits and pieces, the coaching ticket was very good at the time, and players all got behind a very specific goal of winning something. So, if it was a means to the end, is it the defining moment of that team? Probably not.
Yeah.
But it was a useful learning tool along the way, and it definitely brought that group of players closer together.
Okay, very interesting. Gordon Darcy, John Hayes, everyone.